Hello and welcome to the next video. In this one we are looking at the shield visuals on the Eleos, which is the winter event of 2024's reward. So we'll look at the shield visuals on the Eleos. We'll be looking at Vanity Shields from the T6 reps, the Phoenix store during bonus weekends, the Zen store and the summer and winter event stores. Then we also have a look at shields that you equip to your ship. They can also be slotted in the visual section. So the first section we'll look at is the tier 6 reputation vanity shield. So once you get your reps up to tier 6, you can buy these shields through the reputation system, and those are your discovery, your Nukara, Omega and so forth reputations. So first up we have the 8472 Vanity Shield. So I can see I'm using the Eleos standard material, standard template, standard windows and the colour scheme that comes with the ship. So I've got some green here on the deflector. See green there on the impulse engines at the back here. You can see some of that ridge pattern of the shield there on the nacelles, along with the green for the nacelle colour itself. We've got green there on the Bajor collector, more of that ridge pattern going on the nacelle and a bit along the hull here. And as we go through the top, see a lot more of the ridge details here at the back. At the front here, the bridge here, we've got that green lighting effect there as well, and more ridges on this strut between the pylons. And as we go through the underside, again more of that ridge detail, so more of the green lighting and more green lighting around here. Next up we have the competitive Wargames reputation vanity shield. So here we have the yellow on the deflector, got these yellow reflective panelling. We've greyed out that blue that was on the hull of the ship. We're retaining the red in the impulse engines, the blue on the nacelles there, got more of these reflective panelling, some more yellow lighting effect on the hull itself. Standard orange there for the Bajor collectors, and again more of those reflective panelling and yellow lighting effects. You can see the reflecting light there, and we've got more of the yellow lighting, yellow in the bridge dome there, more reflective panellings at the back there, and more reflective panels on the underside and the yellow dome there, and more of that yellow lighting throughout. Now we're on to the Delta Alliance Vanity Shield. So we've got the green deflector there, we've greyed out the hull material again, we've got this teal green striping effect going on in the hull, and you can see it there at the front of the underside of that saucer section there. Then a lot of green on the engines at the back, green on the nacelles there, again that teal line going round, and green on the Bajor collectors there, a little bit of the green lighting effects going on parts of the hull. And one of the teal lines there, more of the green lighting effects, and of course the green dome there for the bridge, a bit green there on the nacelles, and more of the teal green lines going round, a lot of teal green there in the centre of the saucer, and another green dome there. Next up is the Discovery Legends Vanity Shield. So this is the oily film just laid over your existing hull material. Again, no idea what this is supposed to represent or what it's got to do with Discovery. If anybody knows, please feel free to let me know in the comments. Here we have the Dyson Joint Command Vanity Shield, so I've darkened the hull quite a bit. We've got this pink lighting effect, looks like it's been carved into the hull, and retaining the base materials colour for the engines. You see some more of that pink lighting pattern there. Down we get a better look at that pink lighting pattern on the darker grey of the hull material, and we've still retained the blue around the ship there. And again, next up we're looking at the Gamma Vanity Shield. So we've got the purples there on the deflector, we've got the dark purple replacing the blue at the front there. Then we've got this metallic, I've been calling it metallic purple in previous videos, but it is more of a rose pink colour. And as you expect, we've got purple all over the engines. You see the dark purple and this rose pinky metallic colour. Rotate through, we get a lovely shine off of this shield. You see more of the mixtures of that metallic and the dark purple there throughout the ship. And again, that lovely reflective shine of the lighting source. And we're the same again there on the underside. Now come to the Iconian Resistance Vanity Shield. So we've got this pale, almost mint green pattern getting filled on the hull here. We're still retaining the blue there, and then we've got this pink design going over these minty green sections. The engines are pink and white, and again you see that colour pattern going on there. The Bajor collectors matching the cell colours there. There's that pinky purpley design there you can see from the side view. And we can see it a bit better there on the top, going around the front of that saucer section area there. Some of the design details coming on here on the side. Next up is the Lukari Restoration Initiative Vanity Shield. So again, we've got this pale green pattern here with the grey. We've got this illuminated line. It's a very faint pink and white. And we've got a bit of purple there and white on the deflector. So this is designed to give your ship the look of a Lukari vessel from the Star Trek Online missions. Got this vibrant pink colour here in the cells, a bit of the pink and white here at the back. Got a spectrum of colour going over the impulse engines there. Got purple there on the Bajor collectors. You see more of that lighting effect following the seams of the ship. Rotate through, you get a nice bit of a shine effect coming off of it as well. There's that pale green pattern going on the hull with some more of the purple lighting effects. And more on the underside with the lighting going on around the sections here. This is the new Romulus Reman Vanity Shield. So this is the mixture of greens, browns, reds, and a nice metallic finish. So I've got this bluish green here on the deflector. You can see the reddish brown going around the front of the ship there. At the back we've got quite a bit going on with the colour pattern. So we've got the green there on the impulse engines, we've got green there on the nacelles, we've got this greenish blue here and these light panels as well. Green on the Bizarre Collectors, again there's a better view of those white panels there in the nacelles, and then going along the hull as well. Rotate through, we get that green metallic shine as the light hits it. A lot more of those lighting panels being seen on the strut between the nacelles, then at the back of the main part of the ship as well. And a lot more of the lighting panels, and then these lighted sections here calling the spokes as well. This is the Nukara Strikeforce Vanity Shield, so it's designed to give your ship that Tholian look. So a very bright blue deflector array here. We've got this pattern effect going on around the front of the ship here, and then we've got this greyish material as well. It's got a lot of design to it that looks like it's been carved in stone. At the back we've got yellow there on the impulse engines, we've got the cyan blue going on here, and at the back of the nacelles as well. Then we've got the yellow for the nacelles and the cyan blue for the Bizarre Collectors there. And quite a nice reflective effect there as we rotate through the light. And you see more of that pattern of the material there, and then that cyan blue on the bridge module. And then it's similar on the underside. Moving on to the Omega Force Vanity Shield. So we've got a bit of a hull pattern going on here that's covering the blue material on the front there. We've got a honeycomb effect here to the deflector array. At the back we've got this blue checkered pattern showing here in the nacelles. Same here in the fins with the other engines there. Now we've got this very white blue effect here at the back of the nacelles. We've got the blue there in the nacelle itself, and then this honeycomb white and blue Bizarre Collector, and there's that blue check pattern that I mentioned earlier. So we've quite a bit of the ship on the side view there. As we rotate through, we've got a lot more of that blue check pattern and some more blue infill here. And again, similar to on the underside here, a lot more of the blue check pattern being shown and some almost blue lines, almost a lighting effect. This is the Temporal Defence Initiative Vanity Shield, and I was very curious as to what effect this would put on this ship, given the dispersal of patterns that we've seen so far. So we've got yellow here on the deflector. We've got a very light purple, almost violet hull material effect going on. As you can see, we've got this colour rings going on, and then we've got the yellow lighting lines as well. The rear, we've got this vibrant pink for the impulse engines. We've got the yellow going on the nacelles. Again, a lot of that yellow lighting effect there, and a lot more of these panels here with these colours. Got a bit of a leathery effect showing here on the nacelles, and again here on the hull. We've got this nice almost sun-like effect going on in the Bizarre Collectors. As we start to rotate through, all of these sections change hue as we go through it. See more of that leathery effect, and we've got this ring of colour here around the bridge. As we rotate through, you can see it changing colour again. Same on the front section here and on the nacelles, and predominantly see it best on the underside, and there's quite a lot more of it, and a lot more of that weather effect pattern going on as well. And the last ship from the tier 6 of the reputation system is the Terran Task Force Vanity Shield. So we've got the dark grey hull material, we've got the yellow here in deflector, we've got this blue lighting effect going around the lower part of this saucer section here. At the back we've got a lot of this cyan blue going on in the engines, impulse, as well as the nacelles. Got a lot of yellow lighting there as well. And we've got this yellow into this pinkish purple effect going on the Bajor collectors. And there's more of those blue lines that we've seen from the front. And then as we look top down, we're getting a lot more of the yellow lighting here. And then a part of the rim there, see a bit more in front of the deflector array on the bridge module, and then these blue lines following the lines of the ship. And on the underside, this nice big yellow dome, bit yellow lighting and a bit more of that blue lighting going on as well. So next up we're going to have a look at the Vanity Shields from the summer and winter event stores. So these shields are available all year round in those stores via the events tab. As long as you have collected enough of the consumables during the events, you can craft these shields at any point during the year. So the first one we shall have a look at is the only one that's currently available in the winter store, and this is the Fek'lhri shield. So here we have this angry looking deflector again. We've got a dark grey hull material that's got a bit of a red rusty effect going through it. Now here we've got the yellow here on the impulse engines, we've got the blue effect here at the end of the nacelles and at the back here with red on the nacelles, and we see this red material effect on the nacelles and on parts of the hull as well, and a orange and red effect on the Bajor collectors. Now as we rotate through the light, if you look at the red pattern, as the light hits it, it starts to give off a little bit of a shine to it, and you can make out that red effect. So the first of the baseball series we'll have a look at from the summer event store is the Andorian blue bores. So we have this orange and blue effect to the ship, orange there on the deflector array. Again we've got orange there going around all the engines, this orange almost honeycomb pattern at the back here, a lot of the blues and orange getting painted on the hull, and a different pattern there. And here we've got a grey with the blue lines going through it. It's supposed to be reminiscent of the baseball uniforms, I believe. And we've got orange there on the Bajor collector. As we rotate through, we've got that lovely orange reflection there, and we've got some of this grey with the orange lines going along the back of the ship here and along the front there, and then we've got orange there on the dome of the bridge and a lot of the blue as well. Next up it's the Bozeman Titans. So this is a grey and yellow Vanity Shield. Now on previous videos that I've done, I've noticed that the pattern to the hull is the same on all the Vanity Shields from the baseball series, and all it's doing is changing the colour, so if there is any differences I'll point them out. Again we've got the yellow there on the deflector, yellow there on the impulse engines and the nacelles. Again looking at the same stripe pattern there, just swapping out the colours for this Vanity Shields one. Yellow there on the Bajor collectors. As we rotate through, we get a lovely yellow shine from the light reflecting off of it. Yeah, it's the same pattern for the colour dispersal that we've seen in the last Vanity Shield. There's a slightly different effect to the line there going round this section. come to the Caitian Claws, so we've got a purple and orange Vanity Shield here. Again, exactly the same pattern effects, we're just swapping out the colours from the previous shields. Rotate through and get that shine again off the light source. And then more of a similar pattern again on the underside. Here we have the Deep Space Niners. So this is based off of the baseball uniform in the Season 7 episode of DS9, Take Me Out to the Holosuite. So this one's got a few different colours in it. So we've got oranges, we've got reds, we've got blues, we've got whites and some greys. So the colour pattern will be slightly different on this shield, I think. We'll find out in a moment. We've got that red and orange there on the engines. The blues, we've got greys, we've got the stripe effects going on. It's got a bit of a gradient fill going on with the orange into the white. Different sections there with the blues and the oranges. As we rotate through again, you're seeing that shine straight away. Very nice. Here we have the Denebian Slime Devil Vanity Shield, so the purple and green. Let's see if I can provoke a bit of an engagement in the comments and just say this is the best shield in the game. Change my mind. As expected, a lot of green there on all the engines. And then again the same pattern, just with the different colours going on as per the rest of the baseball series of shields. A nice bit of reflection there. Time to start hiding all that latinum, because here come the Ferenginar Liquidators Vanity Shield. So it's a gold and green one, this one is. And that nice reflective effect on it as we rotate through it. Next up it's the stem bolts. So we've got various shades of pink, white and grey in this one. So you start to see that pink starting to reflect in the light there, and you get that pink shine going across it as we pass through the light. Here we have the Vulcan Logicians. So they say the needs of the many dictate you use this shield. So this is based off of their uniforms in that Season 7 episode of Deep Space Nine. So we've got greys, purples and golds on this one. A bit of purpley blue reflective shine there as going through the light. And last but not least from the summer event store is the Workbees. So that's a mixture of reds, browns and golds. Got a red reflection there as we go through it. Next up is the shields available from the Phoenix store during bonus weeks or weekends, and also from the Zen store. Now I'm recording this on December 16th, and as of the 17th of December, aka tomorrow, we are getting the Vanity Shields added back into the Phoenix store. So I will be picking up some more, so stay tuned for that. So first off, we're going to look at the only current Vanity Shield in the Zen store, and that is the Alliance Vanity Shield. So I've got a white hull with some dark grey going on, we've got a cyan blue, and we've also got some red lines as well. Back here we've got this orange and yellow effect to the engines, with the cyan blue there on the nacelles. You can start to see some of this gold coming through, and as well as some of these more red lines as well. Again, we've got the surface of the sun kind of effect here going on with the Bajor collectors, which is quite nice. Again, that cyan blue and the gold there, more gold in the hull. So I see some of those red lines as well. Down with the cyan blue there on the bridge dome, with more of the gold and the dark grey and the red lines as well. So next up from the Phoenix store is the M.A.C.O Vanity Shield. So this is a very popular Vanity Shield. Gives you all this nice dark grey, the cyan blue effect there on the deflector. These lovely deep red on the impulse engines, the cyan blue in the nacelles, and this white here. And a bit more cyan blue there on the Bajor collectors. So rotate through, you can start making out some of the pattern detail there on the hull. Bit better angle there with the light reflecting here. See that pattern detail coming through. So it is designed to give you a ship the look of a Bajor vessel. This is the Borg Vanity Shield from the Phoenix store. So this one causes some confusion. It doesn't give your ship the look of an assimilated vessel. It's designed to look like the liberated Borg vessels. So I've got the blue here on deflector array. The hull is patterned with hull plating effects throughout. Then we see the blue here on the engines. Then we've got this lighting effect, which looks like the hull plating removed, and you just see the conduits and circuitry underneath, giving off the lighting effect. See a bit more there, side on. Blue there on the Bajor collectors. It's following through with that exposed areas of the ship with the lighting. And similar there on the underside. This is the Discovery Vanity Shield from the Phoenix store. So this is to give your vessel looks of ships seen in Season 1 of Discovery. Now this is the Federation one, because I'm on a Federation character, but as we've seen in the recent Bird of Prey video, that the KDF one has a different look to it, and we'll look at that after this one. So we've got the grey, dark and light pattern effect going on in the hull, white there on the deflector array. Right here at the back of the nacelles, we've got this red patterned effect here on the engines, and then we've got the blue and a blue patterned effect here on the Bajor collectors. Bit of blue effect there on top of the bridge module. And here we have the KDF version of the Discovery Vanity Shield. So there's a lot of glyphs here on the hull, and you see it's a very white brownish grey colour. The white and the red there, a different effect here on the nacelles. Same there on the impulse engines. Star collector's got that curved colouring bands going through with a pulsating light. And the pattern effect on the hull, I guess, is supposed to resemble what Discovery thinks is the Klingon language glyphs. This is the Emperor's Vanity Shield, again from the Phoenix store. So we've got this orange deflector with quite a nice effect pattern on it there. Got the dark grey hull material, quite smooth looking as well. Got the cyan blue there on the impulse engines. Got this orange effect going on here, and yellow there on the nacelles. Now look at the side view, got yellow there for the Bajor collectors. This purpley effect going on here in the nacelles and here on the hull. And you make it some of this blue lighting dots that are throughout all the hull material. It's almost like a star field. See more of the purple shading going on there as well. I can make out that blue a bit better there. This is the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield, again from the Phoenix store. So this is the Federation one, because similar to the Discovery one, the KDF has a different effect, and we'll look at that one next. Now this is the shield I normally have a bit of a rant about, and I'll build up to that in a second. So this is designed to give you a ship look of the ships in the reboot films. So we've got this blue effect here on the deflector array. Nice orange honeycomb effect here on the impulse engines. Got white here mixed in with white and blue on the nacelles there. And then we come to this god awful effect on the Bajor collectors. So this is supposed to replicate the front of the warp engine on the Kelvin in the first of the reboot films, and it does not work on any other ship, and that it just looks awful. So you'd either make it the same colour as in the nacelles, give it the blue effect that the Enterprise has in the reboot films, and here we have the KDF version of the Kelvin Divergence Vanity Shield. So this is giving, as opposed to the grey of the Federation ships in the Kelvin timeline, this is giving this pale green hull material with this red deflector. Red there on the impulse engines. We've got this blue-green honeycomb effect here on the nacelles. A bit yellow there on the back as well. And the Bajor collector looks one heck of a lot better when it is yellow. You see more red there on top of the bridge. And same again there on the underside, on the bottom dome there. And we come to the last of the Vanity Shields that I currently have from the Phoenix store, and this is another popular one. This is the Section 31 Vanity Shield. So we can see a couple of shades of grey going on here on the hull material. Got this blue here with a nice design on the deflector array. Got the red honeycomb going on the engines here. Then we've got the cyan blue effect on the cells. You'll notice at the back here it's blacked out, and it's also almost completely blacked out on the front as well. Some people do like this, having the blacked out Bajor collectors. Other folk not so much, so it's a personal preference. I don't mind either way, to be honest. And look down, we can see some of the line effects across the back here and across the strut there. That's cyan blue with a nice red ring around the bridge module there. So the last shield section of this video is the other shields in the game that you would equip to your ship normally as the space equipment, or you can slot them in the visual slots just to get the visual look from them. So the first one up is the Lukari Restoration Initiative Regenerative Shield, and this is from the Lukari rep. So very similar to the Vanity Shield. Now I'll give your ship this Lukari look. This one's got more blue in it, so you can see the blue deflector. We've got this blue-white lighting effect. Still that spectrum effect there on the impulse engines, blue lighting. We've got blue in the cell, and we've got this purpley blue-white effect going on in the back here. The cyan blue there on the Bajor collectors, and the hull material is slightly lighter compared to the Vanity Shield. As we rotate through the light, you'll see that blue shine starting to go across it. And we've got some of that blue and white lighting effect going on the underside as well. Here we have the adapted M.A.C.O covariant shield from the Omega Reputation. So again, this is the Federation one. The KDF one is the Klingon Honor Guard shield, which we'll look at next. So looking at this one, we have a pulsating deflector array with a honeycomb pattern. We've got this honeycomb effect going over the dark grey material here at the front. Same here in the cells, it's retaining the Eleos' nacelle colours at the back here, same with the impulse engines. Sard collector's got this honeycomb gold into a darker colour here at the back. There's more of that honeycomb pattern there, you can see in the darker parts of the hull, and then we've also got this blue shine effect going on with the light hitting off of it, which we'll see again as we rotate through the ship. As we rotate through, as the light's reflecting off of that honeycomb pattern, you can see that blue working its way through. More of that honeycomb pattern there on the dark grey parts of the hull. Again, rotating through, getting that blue effect. And same there on the underside as we rotate through the light. Here we have the adapted Klingon Honor Guard Resilient Shield from the Omega Rep. So this is the KDF version of the adapted M.A.C.O shield. So we can see we've got the dark grey hull material, we've got a lot of gold and yellows going on as well on the front here. In the back we've got this orange effect here on the engines. And we have a honeycomb pattern there on the Sard collectors. Bit more of that white yellow lighting at the front here, same here on the bridge dome. You can see that hull pattern material as well, and same again there on the underside. So here is the Aegis or Aegis Vanity Shield. Again, this is the Federation colours. We'll look at the KDF one next, but again you can prompt a wee bit of engagement in the comments and let me know how you think it should be pronounced. So the main effect of this shield is we've got the change of colour to the deflector array, and we've got this white and blue lighting effect you can see here at the front, and we'll see it a bit more detail as we look at the underside. Got this lighting going on all the way around the back here. Got this blue and white effect here on the nacelles, got the orange effect there on the impulse engines, and similar to the M.A.C.O one, we've got this pattern effect with the honeycomb here on the Bajor collectors. As I look down, again we've got more of that coloured lines appearing in the lighting. And you can see it more so there on the underside, and again that honeycomb gold pattern there on the lower dome. So here we have the Aegis Covariant shield, and this is on the KDF side. So whereas we had the white and blue lighting effect on the Federation one, you can see here we've got the orange lighting and that honeycomb pattern there on the deflector array. And orange there on the nacelles with white, orange there on the impulse engines, and all this orange lighting lines going around the ship. We've still got the honeycomb pattern there on the Bajor collectors. That honeycomb pattern and the orange lighting effect there, same around the back here. And again you see it more so on the underside there as well. And the honeycomb pattern on the lower dome. Here we have the Assimilated Regenerative shield. So this is the one that looks like your ship has been assimilated by the Borg. So we've got the green glow there on the deflector array. You can see some of this assimilated pattern effect here on the hull at the front. At the back we've got the yellow, green and the green on all the engines here. Again more of that assimilated pattern. This yellowy green effect here on the Bajor collectors. Now I did do a couple of videos, most notably the Constitution refit video, where I do show that if you equip the deflector, the impulse engines, the assimilated module and the shield, you do get a lot more Borg structure onto your ship, so it does look a lot more assimilated. Again, just more of the assimilation pattern and the green there on the bridge module, and same again there on the underside. Next up is the Bajor Defense Covariant shield. So this is a mission reward shield from the, I think it's the Lost Dominion story arc, one of the very old ones. It's not in the main story arc anymore, but it is available through your assignment log. So we've darkened out the deflector array. We've got this grey and pastel red and a lighter grey effect here on the front of the ship. Got the yellow there for the impulse engines, and then we've got the blues here on the nacelles. Got yellow there for the Bajor collector, and there's some more of that pastel red material going on there. So it is designed to give your ship a Bajoran ship look. Unfortunately we didn't actually get to see a lot of the Bajoran ships in Deep Space Nine, which was a slight disappointment. I thought it would be quite a good thing to do, but they decided not to. But here is the Counter Command Covariant shield from the 8472 Reputation. So a bit of a departure from the Vanity Shield. We've still got this green lighting effect going on here on the deflector. We've got this blue colouring going on in the hull here. We're still retaining the blue of the Eleos itself there. The back is a lot of greens for all the engines here. You can see more of that blue colouring going on, and this ridge pattern again here on the nacelles. Side on you see a lot more of that ridge pattern detail in the blue there. Got the green or the yellowy green effect there in the Bajor collectors, more of the green lighting going on as well. And top down again a lot more of that blue ridge detail going on, and some more of the green lighting. Almost a mirror type effect going through the light there. on the underside, more of that ridge detail and the green lighting as well. So here we have the Delta Alliance Unimetric Shield from the Delta Alliance Reputation. So we've got the grey hull material, we've got some gold lines going round various parts of the ship, and then we've got the green there on the deflector array, and green there on the engines. Is a bit of an older shield, so it's not quite as crisp and smooth as some of the newer shields are when it comes to these effects. More of that gold trim going on there as well. And we've got this almost like bubble wrap effect there on the Bajor collectors with the green. And more of the gold trim and green lighting effects going on. Looking at the top down, and again more so there on the underside. Here we have the Dyson Regenerative Shield from the Dyson Reputation. So like the Vanity Shield, we've got this pink lighting pattern going on in the hull. It's a slightly lighter hull material compared to the Vanity Shield. I see more of that lighting effect there on the lines. Yeah, it's retaining the base material for the Eleos, and just applying this lighter grey and this pink lines that almost look like it's been carved into the hull. Now at the top down we see more of that same pattern effect. And same there on the underside. Here we have the Iconian Resistance Resilient Shield. So it's a slightly different colour effect to the Vanity Shield. So we've got almost this mirroring grey material effect pattern going on with this orange and red lines. See that more there on the back. We've got this orange yellow effect going on in the impulse engines. Same up here on the cells. Then it's almost a goldy colour effect going on in the cell and the Bajor collector. And there's more of that hull patterning going on. And as we rotate through the light, you can see that grey material giving almost a mirroring effect. Yellow there on the bridge dome and the deflector array. Again, as we rotate through the underside, getting that mirroring effect again off those grey areas on the underside. Here we have the Nukara Crystalline Resilient Shield. So it's extremely similar to the Vanity Shield. So we've got this pattern effect here across where the blue would be. Got this very bright blue deflector array, and yellow there on the impulse engines in the cell, and then with the cyan blue going on. Same there with the Bajor collector, and then you've got a slightly lighter hull material, but still having that almost stone carved effect to it. Here we have the Omega Force Shield from the Omega Rep. So again, similar hull pattern going on here to the Vanity Shield. Still with the honeycomb there on the deflector array. Where it changes though is instead of having the blue check pattern, we've actually got a gold check pattern on this one. See a bit better there on the side. So there's that pattern effect going on various parts of the ship. And you see more of that gold check pattern and the gold shading here at the front. I say the Vanity Shield had the blue effect. That's got the gold one. That's the only difference between them. You see more of that honeycomb effect there on the bottom dome. Here we have the prevailing innervated resilient shield from the competitive Wargames rep. So extremely similar to the Vanity Shield, except instead of yellow we have blue. So we've got the blue in the deflector there, we've got the blue reflective panelling. See more of that reflective panelling there, more of the blue lighting, and the blue spotlighting as well on the hull material. Again, more of those reflective panels. As we rotate through the light, you can see them starting to reflect it. Now the blue at the front there, blue in the dome of the bridge, and more of the blue reflective panelling there on the bottom with another blue dome there, and more of that blue spotlighting you see throughout the hull material. This is the Romulan Advanced Prototype Shield from the new Romulus Reputation. So we've got a lot of green lighting lines going around the hull. We've got some green shading as well going on in the front here. Same here at the back, a lot of the green lighting lines going on, a lot of green shading. Again, it just follows it through on the top view, around the bridge module, around the inner part of the saucer there, and across the struts at the back. And more so there on the underside. And we come to the Temporal Defense Initiative Regenerative Shield from the Temporal Defense Reputation. So very similar to the Vanity Shield, got a bit of a lighter hull material. We've still got these colour changing sections throughout the ship. The cyan blue there on the impulse engines and the nacelles, and the blue and the purple there at the back. The cyan blue there again at the Bajor collectors. And rather than having the yellow lines going throughout the ship, these are pink. And we've got a slightly different shade to this, a leathery effect material going on as well. As we rotate through, again you'll see several sections of the ship change colour as we rotate through. And same there as we rotate through the underside. Here we have the Terran Task Force Covariant Shield. So a bit of a departure again from the Vanity Shield counterpart from the Terran Task Force Reputation. So we've got a lot of purple here on the deflector, darker hull material, and we've got a lot of red lines, whereas the Vanity Shield was blue lines. At the back it's all yellow there for all the engines. Got this blue purple lighting going on. See more of those red lines following the lines of the ship. Got the purple effect here on the Bajor collectors. As we look down at the purple lighting effects going on, whereas the Vanity Shield is the yellow lighting effects. Then we've got more of those red lines, and then we've got yellow lighting on the underside there as opposed to blue lighting as it was on the Vanity Shield. Here we have Tilly's Review Pending Modified Shield from the Discovery Reputation. So again, this is just giving this oily effect to your existing hull material. It's extremely similar to the Vanity Shield. This shield is one of the best shields in the game though, to be equipped to your ship. I just disabled the visuals on it because quite frankly I just don't like it. I tend to run other Vanity Shields on my builds anyway. Here we have the Dielectric Oscillation Resilient Shield. So this is designed to give your ship the look of a Breen vessel. It is from one of the old Breen missions. Again, it's not part of the main story arc, but it's still accessible from your mission tab. So unfortunately it's a very old shield and it's not aged well at all. So we've got the green and the yellowy green effect here on the engines. The material itself sort of greys, pale greens and blacks, but as I say, it's not quite as smooth or crisp as other shields are in the game. So if you do, here we have the Jem'Hadar Resilient Shield. So this is a mission reward if you're not a Jem'Hadar character. So if you are a Jem'Hadar character, you actually get this shield on your ship, so you have the visual effect straight away. So it's a purple and grey, as you'd expect for a Jem'Hadar. A lot of purple there on the engines. You see grey and purple shading on the hull. More so here inside, you see it a lot better. And it is an old shield, but it does look good on a lot of ships, and my personal taste, this looks really good on this ship as well. And the last shield we're looking at is the Reman Prototype Covariant Shield. So this is a mission reward from the mission Colosseum, if I remember correctly. It's part of the main story arc, so it's generally the first one you'll pick up that has a visual component to it. So it's very similar to the Vanity Shield, just slightly lighter colouring in that. So almost got a brownish colour here with the greens going on. Still got the green effect there on the engines. Still got this light panelling effect, as you can see throughout the ship there and in the cells. You do get that metallic shine off it as well. And that concludes our look at the Eleos with various different shields. Thank you again for watching. I do enjoy doing these videos. I thought since this was an event reward ship that we should get it out relatively soon, because either those that have bought the event out as of today, 16th of December, will have it, and others should be getting it this weekend coming as part of the winter event of 2024. The video is a bit longer because we are looking at more shields now. It does take a bit extra work, so I'll probably just keep doing the Klingon variant of the shields to event ships only going forward, and then combine that with more shields that I should be purchasing tomorrow when the bonus Dilithium event goes live. And the Vanity Shields are added back in, I can pick up the ones that I don't have, so it'll be increasing the length of these videos. So you can let me know in the comments, would you prefer a ship being broken down to 2 or 3 videos, looking at the sections independently, or are you happy to have one longer video, obviously with the chapters listed down below in the comments as they are on this one. Remember as well, for all your news, builds, reviews and Q&A live streams, Casual Sab's your man. His YouTube is linked down below. On his YouTube channel as well, you'll find his Discord and a link to the Builds Discord. I'm a member of both as well, so you can reach out to me there. Also have links to social media, and of course the Real Merch affiliate link for 10% off your Star Trek model purchase. And I'll just thank you again for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.